Afternoon, everybody. Today's video is going to be the introductory video, kind of describing how we got to this point. Today we are at the Alton Marina in St. Louis. That is the first of 3 legs to get to the panhandle of Florida or Alabama. That's our goal. So we have to back up and go back to the beginning when we bought the boat in 2014, and with all intentions of taking it back to Sailorville, our home lake. But after one trip on the Mississippi, we decided that that was where we wanted to be and that we would travel every weekend. So in the course of the last 7 years, we've met several people that are called loopers, and they described what they do, and that is they circumnavigate the eastern United States, everything east of the Mississippi. Go down the Mississippi, you go around the coastline up through New York, the St. Lawrence waterway, to the Great Lakes, back to Chicago, down to Illinois, back to the Mississippi River. That's the Great Loop, which actually makes the eastern United States a giant island. So, after listening to that, we caught the bug. We are not going to do the Great Loop because this boat is not designed for big open water, but we can do a good portion of it. And we are going to spend this winter down where it's warm on the boat. So that being said, that had been in our plans since we bought the boat. Now, how we got to this point was we had planned on doing this later on in life, but within the last 2 years, the labor shortages, and the COVID, everything had become so stressful. Now, mind you, I worked for Capital Express for 17 years. I retired July 30th. And so since then, I actually put in my resignation June 1st. So we had decided at that time to move up our plans and do this portion of it. Just because with what was going on, managing 145 people, I had become so stressed out that I was afraid, I was pretty sure I'm going to die of a stress, heart attack, or a stroke. So we moved our plans forward and decided we are going to do it now. Great thing is, and the company I work for is a super great company. Great people, great owner, great corporate management. Can't say enough good things. Justine still works remotely for Capital, so it's just a wonderful thing. So we decided to get our boat ready as quick as possible to make this happen. We worked on the boat when it was on land from storage. We had spent the last, I don't know, 5-6 years up in Dubuque, but we store it in LeClaire. And so we had worked at the boatyard on the boat doing fiberglass work, and that's what I did for the majority of it. We had some soft spots and we had some other things that needed fixed cosmetically and structurally, so that's what I did. Justine then remodeled the kitchen. We put in a farmer sink, which is amazing. We got rid of the tiny RV sink that was in here. And she painted the living room. She, like I said, remodeled the kitchen, took out the old stove. We put in a new stovetop, a new convection oven, and has worked out amazing. Just amazing. Looks so good. She also took down all the stupid blinds we had and put up curtains, which you see right here. Beautiful. Just looks amazing. And they're blackout curtains, so it keeps the sun out. Then she also remodeled the bathroom. In the process of doing that, a week before I retired from Capital, Justine was getting our house ready for us to leave for a year, and painting, and was painting our foyer, and was about 15 feet up when the ladder gave way, and she fell and broke her elbows and screwed up her knee. This is a week before I retired. So God bless her heart, she has worked her way back. She's got 75% use of her arm. She had to have a plate put in her elbow in one. They splinted it, but thanks to the doctors who knew what our plans were, they did an accelerated had an accelerated plan to help her get use of her arm more quickly than normal, knowing what we were planning. So that being said, she worked like a champ to get back to normal, or to get back to semi-normal, and within this last week she has made super duper progress while on the boat. Alright, so we got to back up again. So we launched. We had been working on the boat for a couple months, and then we launched the boat into the water the day after I retired, July 31st, and then we drove it down 5 miles to the Bettendorf Isla Capri Casino Marina, where I finished up some of the projects. The fiberglass work had gotten done. I worked a little bit on the side deck, and I got it refiberglassed. I installed a mini split air conditioner, which works amazing. Takes very little energy to run, which goes right along with the next thing I did, was install solar panels and a solar system, so we don't have to run our generators that often. We have an inboard generator that takes a lot of gas, and we also bought an inverter generator, which takes very little. It takes 1 gallon of gas and runs that for 8 hours. Works great, quiet. So we use that 100% of the time if we use a generator. So with all the systems we had, and not being on the water this year, we didn't really have our sea legs underneath us. And unfortunately, the winds this summer were pretty strong. So we did get a weather window on last Thursday, and was able to take off. And so we rushed to get that done. We had to provision, food provision, water provision for at least 2 or 3 weeks out, because we don't have a car anymore. And so there was a lot of things that had to happen, and we made them happen. We rushed it. We got on the water. We got moving last Thursday, and the first couple days were rough, gotta say. After that, we've kind of gotten the groove, and we pulled into the Alton Marina on Wednesday. So by the time we rolled in here, we're doing pretty good. I think we went through from Bettendorf, Iowa to here. We went through 10 locks, I think, lock and dams. We locked through 10 or 11. We have 2 more to go on our, that's on our next leg. So Let's see here. Let me tell you about the boat very quickly. It's 50 foot long. It's 14 foot wide. It's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath with a plus room and an office that we made for Justine to work remotely. Works great. We're pretty comfortable here. The front bedroom we're using for clothes and the dry food storage. So that works out pretty well. All systems are working as they should and working great. We anchor out. We try to anchor out as much as we can. We pulled into Alton on Wednesday, and so we decided to stay for 9 days before our next leg, just because the marina is extremely nice. Very nice marina. Nicest marina we've ever been to. It's kind of very resort-like. They have a floating pool. They have hot tubs. They have wonderful laundry facilities, great shower room facilities. They provide everything, free coffee. They have breakfast if you want. They have a deli. Very nice people. They even come around and get rid of the cobwebs because for some reason spiders love the water area. So like I said, it's just been a great place. So we decided to stay and take a break. Boating seems pretty easy and fun and relaxing but there is a lot to it. There's a lot of planning. There is a lot of routing. There is a lot of looking at charts and weather, and so it can be stressful. And another thing you have to watch out for is the commercial traffic, which are these barges that are a 1/4 mile long, very large. They don't turn very well, so you have to be very mindful of them, and when you anchor you have to be well off the channel to make sure you don't get hit or ran over. So there's all that. That's why we decided to take a little time off and just chill and have fun. Now the next leg of our journey is from St. Louis down to Kentucky Lake, and that's down the Mississippi River and up the Ohio River to Kentucky Lake. That's 275 miles. That's going to be about a 4 or 5 day trip. And so, like I said, we have 2 locks to go through here, another lock to go through to get into Kentucky Lake. This is the last marina between here and Kentucky Lake, other than a fuel stop called Hoppy's, but it's not. It's just a fuel stop. There's no other place to get fuel. There's no other place to drive into a dock, so you have to anchor out on the lower Mississippi, and that's where the barges get big. The barges on the upper Mississippi are a 1/4 mile long, but the ones down there are much bigger, like 2 and 3 times bigger than what they are here. So you have to be very mindful and very watchful for them. So that being said, it's going to be a different situation, different experience, because there's no locks. These 2 locks that we have south of us are the last locks there are on the Mississippi River. It's free-flowing and wild down the further south you go. The reason you don't go all the way down to the Gulf on the Mississippi is because, like I said, there's no other marinas except for Memphis, and you're talking about over 1,000 miles of river south of here without a fuel stop. Barges run it constantly, but they have, as everybody would know, very large fuel tanks. So you have to go down the Mississippi to the Ohio, up 60 miles to the Cumberland River, which dumps you into the Kentucky Lake. Kentucky Lake then runs 200 miles south, and then you take the 10 Tom, or the Tom Bigby Waterway, and it's a man-made canal that connects the Gulf of Mexico at Mobile, Alabama, to Kentucky Lake, and then up. So, so once we hit Kentucky Lake, that's our next leg. Then the third leg is running the 10 Tom down to the Gulf. And then once we get down to the Gulf, we will find a marina or anchor out somewhere in saltwater. So it's going to be salty, salt life, and warm weather. No more winters, no more Iowa winters. I am tired of those. So that is it in a nutshell. What else can I tell you? Our fuel mileage is, we can get 1.3 miles per gallon. Let's see here. We're running two Mercury 350s, 350 horse engines, which are two 454s. They're made by GM. They're 454 engines, two of them, with Velvet drives, which is an inboard drive. Very good transmission. We bought a new dinghy to take Tassie to shore over the winter, so that's nice. Justine, can you think of anything else?
Not at all.
Not at all? Okay. All right. So, like I said, we'll be here for a while. I'll post some more videos, but right now we're looking at 17 minutes. I better cut this off now before I lose more audience. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll be posting this on the Facebook page also. These new videos are getting posted to the YouTube website, Boat Life, so you can watch them there, and that's probably where I'll post this link on Facebook. But if you got any comments, leave them. If you got any questions, leave them on the Facebook page or YouTube, and I'll do the best to answer. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I appreciate it, everybody, and have a good day. Thank you.